Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Malishka accused Lakshmi of stealing her engagement ring, even though it was Balvinda that stole the ring, and they later recovered the ring from Balvinda. But they didn't know that it was Balvinda, but Malishka knew, and she did not tell anybody that it was Balvinda. And Lakshmi also saves Rishi from Balvinda. So let's continue from there. During Rishi and Malishka's engagement, Lakshmi tells Virendra and Neelam that she saw something that was strange and she couldn't believe it. She says, "I want to talk." Neelam asks Lakshmi to learn first about what she wants to say and then she can come. She asks Virendra to come with her and Virendra goes with Neelam. Ayush informs everyone that the engagement ring is found. Sonia asks where, in Lakshmi's room, right? She says her theft is caught and she is about to cry. Rishi says, "No, Sonia, the ring was not with Lakshmi." Malishka asks that why was Lakshmi crying then, and we know the reason about her behavior. She says life gave us something by mistake and it takes it back too. Malishka says Rishi is mine and whatever is mine would be mine, and says her destiny went to a wrong address for some time. Malishka says Rishi is with her now. Kiran says you have said right perfectly. It was lovely. I am so proud of you. Grandma tells Ahana that if Lakshmi doesn't answer their questions, then it is not my fault. Ayush says that Grandma cannot be right and he asks everyone to pay attention. He says they are happy with the engagement and he asks the priest to say the mantras and he asks God to get their engagement done this time and he asks everyone to clap. The priest asks Rishi to make Malishka wear the ring. Rishi takes the ring and he is about to make Malishka wear the ring. Shalu comes there and asks that what is happening here. She asks brother-in-law, "You cannot get engaged to Malishka." Malishka asks that what happened to you suddenly. Don't try to stop this engagement. And she asks Rishi not to listen to Shalu and says, "Let her and her sister watch how you make me wear the ring. Let's do it." Rishi is about to make Malishka wear the ring, but the judge comes there and says even I wants to see it. She says I am the same judge who had given the verdict for Rishi and Lakshmi to stay together. She says I was called here for donation drive, but something else is happening here. She asks that what is happening here, and she asks them that why do they get misunderstanding that she gave some other verdict and not divorce verdict. Malishka introduces herself to the judge. The judge says, "So you will make me understand," and she asks her to carry on. Malishka says engagement. The judge says engagement is happening here. Malishka says it is a commitment that Rishi would marry me after 3 months, after his divorce from Lakshmi. The judge asks if Malishka is fooling her. Rishi says Lakshmi and I will be getting divorced after 3 months, so that is why I am getting engaged to Malishka. The judge says to Rishi that I would decide if the divorce would happen or not after 3 months. She asks Rishi what she had told them in court, that if the court decision is not accepted, then what will happen. Rishi says it will be insult to the court and I have to bear the punishment. The judge says I have called the police, you have to go to jail. Karishma says what? And everyone is shocked. Lakshmi asks the judge not to call the police. The judge asks if what I am saying is wrong. Lakshmi says it is a misunderstanding and says Malishka had said that it is a commitment. She says it is not Rishi's mistake, it is my mistake, and says I asked them to exchange ring. She says she had a fight with Rishi and she asked him to exchange the ring with Malishka. She says it is just my mistake. Shalu asks Lakshmi that what are you saying? The engagement was happening here even though you are married to Rishi. Lakshmi asks Shalu to be quiet and says this is about my family and you should not interfere. She then says sorry to the judge and says I had told everyone that the engagement can happen. She says it is not anyone's fault but just mine. The judge says to Lakshmi that I didn't expect this from you. I thought you value relationship and you know the importance of husband and wife's relationship. She says you have taught marriage as a game and says she should feel ashamed. She says elders should have stopped Lakshmi from her childishness. She says Rishi is the son of the house. You should have stopped him, but everyone were supporting him. The judge tells Lakshmi that if this thing happens again, then it is called insult and everyone will be punished. She calls off the party and says the guest can leave. The guest leaves. The judge asks Neelam that why didn't she stop them, and she gives her card to Neelam asking her to call her if Lakshmi does such a thing again. She warns Rishi and tells Malishka that she will be arrested with him. She says I believe that everyone is educated here, but behaving as if they are illiterate. She asks Lakshmi to meet her tomorrow with Rishi. Malishka goes upset. Lakshmi comes out to see the judge off. The judge says that she wants to tell Lakshmi something. She asks her to value her life and says we cannot wipe what is written in our destiny, and she asks her not to destroy it. She says she has seen and felt love in Rishi's eyes. She says a man doesn't know what to do and what they want, but a woman knows what they want from life. The judge asks Lakshmi to fight for her love, and she asks her to learn how to win. She says Rishi is confused and he is being forced mentally to be with Malishka. Lakshmi says, I cannot tell you everything, but Rishi himself wants to get engaged to Malishka and he wants to marry her after 3 months. Kiran tells Abe that Malishka went out and she is disturbed. Abe says I'll go and see her. Kiran stops him. Neelam says it is done by Lakshmi, and she asks, did she tell anyone that she wants to stop this engagement? Ahana says she was standing upstairs when you... Karishma says we assume that Lakshmi wants to stop the engagement, but this is not the case. Neelam says that nobody should make Lakshmi Devi because she was silent, because she wanted us to be happy, and then she brought the judge to slap all of us. She says she did it in front of everyone, and she insulted me, my son, and all the family. Neelam says she just ate Lakshmi, and she tells Virendra that Lakshmi is inauspicious like an eclipse, and she is sitting on their heads. Virendra says I misunderstood and I blame myself for not understanding Lakshmi. First, she brought the NGO women and now the judge. Shalu says I have called the judge here. It is not Lakshmi. Rishi asks who asked you to do it. Shalu says Lakshmi did not ask me. I thought about this. She says you all are calling Lakshmi as the other woman when she took the blame on herself and she saved you all from jail in order to save your respect. Shalu says to everyone that you all thought that you are all Lakshmi's family, but why am I saying this when you cannot understand Lakshmi? How will you understand me? And she apologized to Virendra for the humiliation that he has faced, but Karishma pushes Shalu and asks her to leave. Outside, the judge tells Lakshmi that she has seen Rishi's love for her, but everyone is stopping him. She asks Lakshmi to meet her tomorrow and says 1 month is ending tomorrow. Lakshmi says it is ending next week. The judge says I said this deliberately so that I come to know about is important. You are counting each day. She asks Lakshmi to come and meet her the next week with Rishi. Malishka comes there and hears them. The judge leaves and Lakshmi thinks about the judge's words. Malishka asks Lakshmi if she wants a war really. She says now we both know the truth and says now you understood well that I love Rishi very much and I will do anything to get him. She says if you think that you have won by bringing the judge, then you are wrong, and says you have delayed the engagement but you haven't stopped it. Malishka says to Lakshmi that I will make your life hell and you will curse yourself every moment, asking yourself why did you come here? Lakshmi tells Malishka that nothing is hidden between us. I have seen your avatar, which I haven't seen yet. She says I have seen devil in you, and now I will not let this devil come near Rishi. Malishka wants Lakshmi not to cross her limit. Lakshmi says I will tell you what you thought, and says you thought wrong. She says your thinking is wrong. Malishka asks what? Lakshmi says whatever you said and told me was wrong, that if we get something which is not ours, then God send the thing at the right address, so Rishi is my rightful husband. Malishka says to Lakshmi that what did you say? That just like I got Rishi, but it was not mine, now he is back to you. Lakshmi says Rishi was never yours, he is mine. She says I am married to Rishi for 6 births after this birth. She says Rishi is Lakshmi's fate. God has written him in my destiny, and that is why I came here from Godaspror. Karishma pushes Shalu. Shalu says you don't need to push me. I will go by myself. Everyone is shocked. Karishma says it is a need to kick you, and she asks her not to return again. Shalu says sorry to Rishi and says this was the only way to stop the wrong thing from happening here, and says sorry for hurting them. She says I am not sorry for doing this. If the same thing repeats itself, then I will do this again. She goes. Kiran says we have to hear this from Shalu like a girl. Grandma stumbles and she is about to faint. Rishi and Virendra take her to the room. Lakshmi says to Malishka that nobody's destiny can go to a wrong address. Malishka says even I am ready and I will fight and win. It is fun to show your value to yourself, your place and your attitude. I will ruin it. She says I will marry Rishi right in front of your eyes. Lakshmi asks what is your problem? Didn't you hear me? And says Rishi is her husband. We have promised to be together in every circumstances, and if anything can separate us, then that is only death. Lakshmi says to Malishka that I had left Rishi before. If this relationship had to end, then it would have ended then. She says this relationship is not meant to be broken and it will be very strong. Malishka says you are doing foolishness to trust yourself, and I will make you fall, and I will make sure that nobody will be there to save you. Malishka goes inside and sees Shalu leaving. She says, I would answer you. Shalu asks, did I ask you anything? Malishka says you did not do right. Shalu says if I was the judge, then I would have scolded you much. Malishka says I will note down all your mistakes and I will punish your sister. Shalu asks Malishka not to dare think of this, else she will become a bad person that she will shiver. She says you have done bad with my sister and says she is always with her sister. Malishka asks Shalu not to think that nobody was with me. Shalu says that is why you are flying high and says she is alone enough to stand with Lakshmi. Malishka says it is fun to show value to persons like you. Shalu says you are calling me cheap and you are talking cheaply. She asks her not to think bad about her sister. Malishka says she will think bad only about her sister, and she asks her not to tell her that she did not tell her before. Lakshmi comes inside and sees Shalu. Shalu recalls Lakshmi asking her not to say anything. Lakshmi asks Shalu. A song plays in the background. She says sorry for shouting at you. Shalu says you say it again, and she asks her to scold her. She says sorry to Lakshmi. Lakshmi says you did the right thing by bringing the judge here, and she tells her that Malishka is not good. There is evil inside her. I will not let her come near Rishi. Lakshmi tells Shalu that Malishka is feeling it in Rishi's mind that he loves her and says, I have decided not to let Malishka come near Rishi. Shalu asks Lakshmi and says, Father would have said that you have taken the right decision. She says, I am with you. Lakshmi asks Shalu to go home and inform Bani that Rishi is ours. Shalu asks Lakshmi to tell Malishka as well that Rishi belongs to only Lakshmi. Lakshmi says we will show Malishka where she really belongs. Kiran comes to Neelam and asks that what next. She says, I am asking about the engagement. Are we not going to get Rishi and Malishka engaged anymore? Neelam asks Kiran if she did not hear what the judge said and says, I never thought that Lakshmi would be cunning and clever. Malishka comes there and says that Lakshmi had said that she has won and she is celebrating her victory. Rishi comes there and says Lakshmi cannot win until I become hers, but I am yours and not of Lakshmi. Malishka says, how can we ignore what Lakshmi has done? She says you should punish Lakshmi because we cannot punish her. She says people will make fun of our relationship, and she asks Rishi to do something. Rishi says I will not let Lakshmi do such a thing and I will not let her humiliate my family. He asks Malishka to relax. Neha comes home. Ranu asks, where did you go? Neha says very soon, I will marry in reality and not like Lakshmi. She is neither married nor divorced. She says the ring was lost and found, and now the engagement must be happening. Shalu says so Balvinda was there. Neha asks that why should I tell you? Shalu says even I didn't know about this and says she had gone to call the judge, and when she came, the engagement was happening. She asks Neha if Balvinda informed her about this, and Neha says village girls make stories. Shalu asks Neha to tell her who told her this, and she owed her hand. Ranu asks, how dare you to hold her hand? Shalu asks Ranu to ask Neha and says even you were there and you returned when Neha auntie fell down. Ranu says I would ask Neha and she asks her to talk. Neha says Balvinda had gone to that party and he did all that. Neha says Balvinda had gone there thinking that Rishi is getting engaged to Lakshmi again. He went there to take revenge, that he cannot see them happy. Shalu asks that where is that Balvinda? Lakshmi recalls Malishka's behavior and the judge's words. She recalls Rishi's words too. She looks through the window and sees Malishka and her parents leaving. Rishi asks Malishka to sit in the car. Malishka looks at Lakshmi and asks Rishi, saying that she was very happy, but it seems like someone's bad side fell on them. Rishi asks her not to think and everything will be fine. He says 1 month has passed and 2 months is remaining. She asks him to wipe her tears. He wipes her tears. Lakshmi looks at them. Rishi promised to marry Malishka and says this is my dream and nobody can stop me. Malishka kisses on Rishi's cheeks and says I love you. Rishi says I love you too. Rishi waves goodbye to Malishka. Malishka smirks and waves bye to Lakshmi also. Rishi says bye. Malishka waves goodbye to Rishi and Rishi turns and looks at Lakshmi. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section once the next episode is ready. Then the link to it will be in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.